Hey guys, it's me, Dawn. I know you haven't seen me in a while, but I thought I would come back, and after like a year hiatus, I apologize, but we can go over all that kind of fun stuff in a different video. But today I just wanted to talk about the new Tarte Shape Tape Foundation. It came out Saturday, February 3rd. And exclusively at Ulta. And yes, I do know that there are so many people out here that are bashing it, and they have every right to. And I'm just gonna kind of go through. I'm showing you my kind of get ready with me, but we're gonna discuss the foundation while we're doing it. Maybe I'll throw in there what I'm doing, here and there. But I just really wanted to kind of talk about the foundation because, yes, there are a lot of people out here just giving it negative reviews. And I've seen some that haven't even tried it. They just looked online and looked at the shade ranges and have been offended, which you have every right to be. I would be too if my skin was darker, so or even more olivey, or that's not even a word, Dawn. Anyway, I tried it both with a brush, both with by the way, I've had a glass of wine, so who knows what's gonna come out of my mouth. But anywho, but I tried it both with the brush and with a beauty blender. Actually, this is a beauty sponge. Beauty sponge. And just a disclaimer here, my kids are home from school, for a snow day. I should probably restart this because I really sound drunk, which I'm really not, I swear to God, but I sound like I am. Anyway, so you'll see kids in and out of the frame along with the husband and, some other people that like to show up. But anywho, that's not the point. Point is, I'm trying this new foundation, and it is great coverage. I did go over it a little bit more because my redness was showing through right there on my cheeks. And I usually use a primer by Maybelline with the green concealer, but I'm all out of that, so I could only use the Maybelline Baby Skin one, and I'm really not a fan of it, but that's all I had, so I went with it. But anywho, so the foundation is pretty dang good. I did get the hydrating formula, and I did get it in the color light neutral. And if you have followed me from the beginning, you know that I have had oily skin, but due to some health issues in the past year, I've gone from an oil slick to a dried up prune, basically, which sucks because I do miss my oily skin. But anywho, totally different story. We won't go off onto that rant yet, but I am using the Shape Tape Concealer as well as a primer. Again, like I would not, there's so many different concealers that you could use. I just thought, hey, why not just throw this in there as well? But and you'll notice that I get tired of using my fingers, and I just go in for the Real Techniques. I think this is the Expert Face Brush, which is so hard to say, especially after a glass of wine. But anyway, and using my air sponge just to set it. And I actually like these two products together. I do like the Shape Tape Concealer and the air spun powder together. It does look flawless. So yeah, that is one good thing about the concealer. I know the concealer too is a big, huge, like, oh my gosh, I gotta have it. But I'm just letting y'all know, if you don't have the 27 bucks to spend on the concealer, there are quite a few other recommendations I would give as far as concealers, and one I'm trying to find right now, and I can't. Oh, it is the Master Conceal by Maybelline, and also the Dark Circle Eraser by Maybelline. Those two I feel do just as well as the Shape Tape. So is it worth the $27? I mean, if you're just an everyday Joe doing your makeup, probably not. If I was still doing makeup on brides and stuff, yes, I would definitely use this because it does stay and it doesn't crease, and it is, you know, long wearing. But I don't know. I'm just kind of torn because on a day that I'm just getting ready for work, I will just go right towards the Master Prime or Master Conceal, or even the Dark Circle Eraser one. So, but it's not about the concealer. This video is about the foundation, which I do have a couple gripes about, just with it being released at Ulta. One, I'm putting a disclaimer out here. I'm not a fan of Ulta, and I hate to bash any company out here, but I hate walking in that place. So if I can order it online from Ulta, I will. But with the fact that I work at Target, I rarely walk into Ulta because I would just rather buy my stuff at Target. But anywho, when I walked in, the testers, they only had about half of the testers available to test the shades, so that was kind of frustrating. You couldn't test all of the shades, so you had no idea what shade you were. And I feel like the shade that I got was pretty close, but not like ding 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 ding, we have a winner. No, it definitely wasn't that way at all. And they could really educate their employees better about the foundation. But again, that's another gripe of mine. I feel like they can educate their employees about all of their products, but they just don't take the time to. So maybe it's just my Ulta. I don't know if that's the case, but I notice it like all the time when I go in. So yeah, which is usually why I shop Sephora or Target. But anyway, that's not the point. But I do realize that I went on the day that it was released. I did go later on in the afternoon for the purpose of, you know, okay, everything will be out, everything will be ready. But yeah, and the one thing I did notice too is they had next to it, if they did not have your shade, that you were able to put down your name and all that kind of stuff. And so I don't know what exactly that was for. Maybe I should have looked into that a little bit more. But anywho, that's not the point either. The point is just the foundation. And no, there aren't a lot of shade ranges, which again, it's everybody's complaint. My review is really, I just want to talk about the wear of it, which is pretty impressive, since I have had it on for about 10 hours, and I know you can't see me, you can only hear me, but I am not an oil slick, obviously, because I have dry skin and I set my powder, or set with powder, but it has stayed, it hasn't creased, it's still full coverage. I mean, it's a pretty impressive, you know, product. So just basically how their concealer is. If I would compare it to any other foundation out there, it would have to be the Estee Lauder Double Wear, or even the Kat Von D Lock-It. The only difference is this one comes in a moisture or hydrating, which the other ones are only for oily skin. So yeah, it's kind of like those types of coverage, which is, you know, I like a full coverage foundation only because I have lots of scarring on my face, I have lots of texture, I have lots of redness. So yeah, I like to just cover that up. But anywho, and you'll just see me use, this is just the look that I'm going for right now, is just my everyday, what I do, you know. I have this certain amount of time to get ready, so this is what I do. It's my go-to look every single day. It's kind of boring because I do the same thing, except the lips. The lips are different. I usually just stick with a neutral or a nude lipstick. Today, since I was going out to Costco, I decided to, you know, take a step out of the box and go a little bit bolder. But and this lip gloss right here, I'm sad that they discontinued this one, is at least this color, because I love it and it stays all day. But yeah, so I did take some pictures with flash, and pretty impressive. I don't take good selfies, so I'm sorry, but as far as the foundation, guys, if you go and you find that they don't have your color, you know, it is worth waiting around for, worth trying. Or if you want to try and find one that is in your color, do it, because I would recommend this. Yes, you can still see the texture on my face, but that is just how my face is. Can't get over it, so yeah. But anyway, I'm so glad you watched, and thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.